As your role as a project manager at Industry Exchange, can you provide some insights and tips to current students to enhance their chances of employability past graduation?
Sure. So I think in order to enhance your chances for employability, it is really crucial that as a student, you get an extracurricular activity going. What I mean by that is, like, when I was a student, I was studying communications. I had no idea where I wanted to end up in industry. But I think it is important to find a little niche interest and keep yourself occupied outside of university hours. What that translates to is research software tools that are available, because every company will use proprietary softwares. Examples of that are Jira or CRMs like HubSpot or Salesforce. They will have free subscriptions and implement that in your daily task management. So set this up as you liaise with colleagues or peers at university level and with your lecturers. Second to that, I think it's also really important as a student that you learn to network on campus, but also off campus. Because by going to networking opportunities or networking events, you'll learn how to self-pitch and you'll grow in confidence. And this will make you stand out when you finally do that internship interview or job interview, I guess. And finally, do internships. Internships are so viable for you to get employed. You need something to talk about when you go in that room to interview. And as much more experience that you have in your bag or more exposure you've had with any internships, the higher the chances you'll get hired.
Participating in things like industry-led hackathons can do things like improving your analytical skills and, more importantly, your professional skills. So your communication and your team collaboration. And the second thing you can do is actually get some work experience while you're in university. Things like vacation programs and internships are crucial to your development and teach you things like professional work skills like communication and collaboration once again, but also what it's like to work in an office space and really can kind of tell you what you might be doing in the future and give you a taste of things before you graduate. Here at Industry Exchange, that's exactly what we do. We offer paid internships for our students at Curtin University, and these are industry-led internships, so you get to work for companies that you might work for in the future.
As your role as a project manager at Industry Exchange, what does a successful project delivery look like, and what are the key actions to deliver a high-quality outcome?
Good question. I would say, to me, the most important thing is honest and proactive communication. And what success would look like to me is, for instance, in my current role as a project manager, where I set up internships. Success looks like when all partners, all stakeholders are engaged with each other, have a positive sentiment, and all stakeholders, so that is students, academics, and industry partners, are learning something through the process. That's success to me already. But then in order to be more successful and take some actions to get there, I really highly recommend that all students take meeting notes, something that I don't see happening anymore, but meeting notes are crucial, which flows into my other recommendation. Whenever there is a verbal agreement or verbal actions pronounced by the client or by your supervisor or whatever setting, summarize that in writing and put it in an email. So you have written documentation of what you're going to work on. And then maybe thirdly or fourthly, ask support. Even if you feel like you have it all under control, ask for feedback, because the more interaction you have with your stakeholder, the better the project outcome will be. And on that note, I'd say ask as many questions as possible and be really proactive. For instance, in our example with Industry Exchange, when we work with industry partners, these internships are not top of mind. It's not the highest priority for this client. But if you ask really challenging questions, if you show a real interest, this will become more top of mind. So, question the status quo and really push the boundaries to get in front of these people.
So in terms of successful project delivery, the most important thing are our stakeholders. So we need to make sure that the stakeholders' requirements are met and that they're satisfied. The second thing is to make sure that all projects are delivered on time and on budget as well. We don't want to kind of go past any of these. These are two important requirements for every project. And the final thing is about the outcome. So actually achieving a really high, clear quality outcome that all the stakeholders are once again really happy with. And in terms of key actions that one can do, now before the project starts, what's important is to set clear goals and set clear deliverables to make sure you know what you're tackling. And then secondly is to also do a risk management strategy. So actually looking for any risks that might happen during the project and setting up mitigation strategies early on. During the project, keeping check with all the stakeholders and getting weekly updates or fortnightly updates, depending on how the project is really important to make sure that everyone is happy and comfortable with how the project is going. And the second thing, as a project manager, it's really, really important to keep good documentation. So that documentation involves your communications with your clients and then any reports as well.
Industry Exchange is a program at Curtin University where we connect academics, students, and industry partners to solve business challenges. We do this by going out and asking our industry partners to provide us with a research opportunity or a niggly problem you have in the workforce, and we will devote a project team to solve that challenge for you. So what you get in the end is a research output, like a feasibility study, or a minimum viable product. The reason we do this is to provide our students with internships, usually paid internships opportunities, so they are more employable when they graduate, but also to connect our academics with industry, and for industry to connect with the future workforce.